Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. And we're going to be talking about the Lord of the Rings television show and how the Tolkien estate has basically laid down the law on them. They have said you can take liberties, but whatever you do, you cannot change canon. Meaning they cannot change anything that has been established in any of the Lord of the Rings novels and lore. So, while this is a very good news because we know that Hollywood likes to do foolish liberties and engage in very questionable practices with how they do things, I think it is very good that the Tolkien estate stepped in and said, look, you can change or you can add liberties, but you cannot change the canon. So I am very proud of the Tolkien estate, how the family knows how important this lore is, and they know that fans don't want changes either. Now, yes, the movies took liberties to make the movies look more cinematic and appealing and whatnot, and they had to cut certain things out because if you were to make a real Lord of the Rings movie trilogy, those movies would be 6 to 7 hours long each. So they had to cut stuff out, like Tom Bombadil, sadly. But anyway, the Tolkien estate understood that, and they allowed certain liberties to be taken. But when it's coming to the lore that they are putting in the TV series, they said, you can add and do certain things because certain things haven't been established, like what happened to Morgoth after, or what Sauron was doing shortly after Morgoth's fall, or whatnot, because I think they're going way back into the Second Age, which means that the Valar are still very prevalent for them, or through some of it. And for those who don't know, the Valar are basically, to put it in terms you might understand, the Valar are basically archangels for Iru-Ilúvatar, the god of Middle Earth. He is basically the Iru-Ilúvatar is the all-powerful god in Lord of the Rings mythology. You learn about him in the Silmarillion. It's basically almost written sort of like the Bible. And the Valar, they have such interesting names, I just can't remember most of them except for Morgoth because he is one of the most prevalent. He's basically the Satan of the group, and he's basically the one that turns against the others and such, and he eventually falls. But his original name was Melkor. But he then but his name is then unspoken and it becomes Morgoth. But yeah, I think they're going to tap into a lot of the rich mythology that is in the Silmarillion. I've read a little bit of the Silmarillion. I will admit, I got a little bored of reading about the creation and whatnot because it does get into a little bit of religious stuff. I'm not that religious. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around religion. I do believe in higher powers, but that's besides the point. But the thing is, I really like how the Tolkien estate has laid the law down. Do not change any of the canon, or basically, I think they'll literally shut down the show. If they tried changing any of the canon, they'll shut it down. That's basically I'm guessing that is the basic premise. So yes, now it's up to the directors and writers to make sure that they don't screw around with the lore that fans have come to love throughout the many, many years. I mean, The Hobbit is over 75 years old. So, Middle Earth is over 75 years old. The Hobbit was the very first work of Tolkien of this universe. So, yes, they can take some liberties here and there as long as it does not change the actual canon of the lore. And that is important because people who are diehard Tolkien fans will know you do not, or they'll know if you try changing something. They'll know if you screwed around with something. And I think that is important for Hollywood to realize. If they have, it is important that Hollywood should have these kind of stipulations. If you are adapting something, you can adapt it, but you cannot, but you shouldn't change it to the point where it becomes unrecognizable. And one thing I am absolutely hoping that they do not do in this TV show is introduce identity politics and do the whole, we need lesbian elves or freaking gay dwarves or whatever. I mean, for crip's sake, man. Leave that crap out of it. Be faithful to Tolkien. He was a diehard Christian. He was a devout, not Christian, he was a devout Catholic. And that's one thing that pissed me off about the Tolkien movie was they didn't even touch on that. But that's a small digression, even though it's connected to, yeah. Anyway. What do you guys think of the video? That's the video. Do you have concerns that the Tolkien or the Middle-earth show is going to have this crap in it? Identity politics? Do you like the fact that the Tolkien estate has laid down the law saying don't change canon? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you're new here, hit that bell to stay up to date on all the videos that I'm going to be releasing. I release probably like 2 to 3 videos a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. The last couple days I have been a little less because I've been busy with many things going on right now, so I might not be posting as many videos as I would like to. Also, there's entertainment news that I really don't feel like commenting on because some of it's tapping into politics. Sorry, just had to adjust something there. And I don't like politics on my channel. Even though if I feel it is important enough to tap into a story that does have politics attached to it, I will put it up there, but I'm not going to put a bunch of politics on my channel. My politics and my political opinion are my own. I would rather keep it that way. Yes, some of my videos have given you hints as to where my political leanings lie. But for the most part, if you want to know my politics, go to my Twitter. I mean, my name is Orange Hat Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and here. So on Facebook, it's by my real name. Just look for the icon because all my profile pics are the same. But anyway, that's the video. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. This has been Orange Hat Reviews, and I'll catch you all in the next one.